Theodore Roosevelt wasn't your typical president. This wasn't a man content to sit behind a big desk signing papers and looking presidential. No, sir, Teddy, as he was known, craved action, adventure, and a good fight, preferably with a mountain lion thrown in for good measure. He believed in living the strenuous life, a life filled with physical and mental challenges. And boy, did he ever live up to that motto. Roosevelt was a whirlwind of energy, a force of nature in a three-piece suit. He boxed, he hiked, he hunted, he wrote books, over 40, all while running the country with the same gusto he brought to a wrestling match. He was a walking contradiction, a Harvard-educated intellectual who loved nothing more than a good brawl, a sickly child who transformed himself into the picture of American vigor. His presidency was anything but boring. He took on big business, expanded national parks, and even sent the Great White Fleet around the world just to show everyone what America was made of. Teddy Roosevelt was a one-man show, and the American people couldn't get enough. Young Teddy Roosevelt's life wasn't all sunshine and bull moose. In fact, it was downright sickly. Asthma plagued him, leaving him weak and frail. Doctors told his parents not to expect much. They wouldn't live long, they said. But Teddy had other plans. This wasn't a boy who surrendered easily. He built himself up, exercising relentlessly, learning to box and embracing the great outdoors. He transformed himself from a sickly kid into a strapping young man, a testament to the power of sheer willpower. He brought this same determination to everything he did. He excelled at Harvard, became a published author by 22, and even climbed the Matterhorn on his honeymoon. This was a man who squeezed every drop out of life. His early struggles instilled in him a deep empathy for the underdog, a quality that would define his political career. After tragedy struck with the simultaneous deaths of his mother and wife, Roosevelt sought solace in the wilds of the Dakota Territory. He traded his tailored suits for buckskins and became a rancher, a cowboy among cowboys. He learned to ride, rope, and hunt, alongside hardened frontiersmen, proving he wasn't just some soft city slicker. He faced blizzards, chased down horse thieves, and even stared down a gun-toting saloon owner who took offense to his Harvard accent. The West tested him, hardened him, and shaped him into the leader he was to become. It was here, surrounded by the vastness of the American landscape, that his passion for conservation took root. Roosevelt understood the importance of preserving these wild places, not just for their beauty, but for the soul of the nation. He returned from the Dakotas a changed man, ready to bring his brand of energetic leadership to the national stage. Section 4, New York to the Navy, the making of a president. Roosevelt returned east with a renewed sense of purpose. He dove headfirst into politics, serving as a New York State Assemblyman, Civil Service Commissioner, and even New York City Police Commissioner, where he battled corruption and cleaned up the streets. He was a reformer, a man who wasn't afraid to shake things up and fight for what he believed in, a trait that both endeared him to the people and terrified the political establishment. His passion for a strong navy led him to become Assistant Secretary of the Navy. He modernized the fleet, preparing it for the challenges of a new century. When the Spanish-American War broke out, he was ready. He resigned his comfy government job and, along with his band of Rough Riders, charged into battle, cementing his image as a man of action and a national hero. Section 5, to Cuba with gusto. The Rough Riders charge into history. The Spanish-American War was short, but it was Teddy Roosevelt's moment to shine. He assembled a volunteer cavalry regiment, a ragtag bunch of cowboys, Ivy Leaguers, and athletes known as the Rough Riders. They were a motley crew, but they shared Roosevelt's thirst for adventure and unwavering belief in American might. Their most famous exploit was the charge up San Juan Hill, a daring uphill assault against the Spanish forces. Roosevelt, with his usual disregard for personal safety, led the charge on horseback, bullets whizzing past him. It was a reckless, glorious victory that captured the imagination of the American public and made Roosevelt a bona fide war hero.